Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and to another video on a 245. So, as the title suggests, we're going to give it a wash. This isn't going to be like a beautiful, like, you know, jet washing and all that sort of stuff and getting all the grime out. This is literally just give it a wash. I have no jet wash down here, no access to outside water. I've just got a bucket and a sponge. This paint isn't going to matter. We just want to get some of the grime off to see what we're working with, see where paint needs correcting a little bit more. Yes, correcting. And really so I can just start getting on with the cleaning process of the car. We'll delve inside the car as well when we get cleaned up in there. But let's have a chat about this deadline, shall we? Let's do that. So this deadline, so I set a deadline for this car, which was a pretty harsh deadline on myself, to get it to the 50th birthday of the 240 that Nordic Rides and the Volvo Enthusiast Club are running. It's in gear. That's obviously not going to happen. Obviously I'm filming this video, I think we're like a few days away from the event. It was a tall order anyway. Parts wise, we've got everything we need, and I'll get into that a little bit more in a minute because we've got a really big thank you to say to one in particular chap. And I want to start off by saying a few thank yous to Jackman and Matt. They've jumped on and helped me as much as they can with this. Basically, it's just life has got in the way, I guess. I set them days because they're the days I knew I had free. So I've had things like my birthdays, I've been away for a weekend and stuff like that. Just general stuff, you know, life. You spend some time with your family and your friends and stuff like that. Also, weather's played a big thing on this. So today it's glorious sunshine, but a lot of the time we're here, we're working in like sleet and rain and stuff like that. So that's been hard to contend with. But I'm going to keep going off the excuses. The biggest thing that stopped me getting here really recently is I've been suffering with a bit of a back injury. I've had this injury now on and off for like a year and a half, something like that. I got it in my previous job, then I had the car accident in the Volvo. I'll put a picture up here. It's just not been right since, and now I do quite a manual job like every day, and it's just not repairing, it's not healing. But thankfully we're at the point with this car now where a lot of the underside work is done, so that's very good. We've got engine work and interior work, so we're not going to make the event. I'm going to do my utmost to get to the show. That is the biggest thing we want to do. But I thought I'm down here today. We're not going to make it, so there's no point stressing over it anymore. So let's give this car a wash. It's covered in green algae and dirt and detritus. So let's give it a wash. Before we get cracking on with that though, remember to subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up. Videos have been very slow recently, like I've just mentioned with the previous statement of, you know, it's been at summertime when, you know, you go away and do stuff, and like I say, I am struggling a little bit with my back. I have now actually been referred to a specialist, muscular specialist for it, because obviously I don't want this to be a lifetime problem, but it's not easy when you, like I say, you're quite physical with your job, then your hobby's quite physical, then you're losing sleep over it because you're in so much pain. It's just not good. So I'm trying to get that sorted, which will mean I can get more videos out to you guys. Because all I'm seeing to be doing is accumulating parts and not having any time, so we're gonna have to address that. But yeah, we are getting there. But I'd like to just say, if you wouldn't mind subscribing, that's a massive thing you can do for the future. You can become a Patreon or a channel member. That is absolutely up to you, but it'd be really good. There's also a link to some stickers. You don't want a beanie hat in this weather, but there's beanie hats. And yeah, massive help if you could. Really appreciate it. Right, I'm gonna get the bucket sponge out and wait for the comments to start firing in of, you don't wash a car like that, you don't do that. I don't care. thing. Let's get going. Just having a minute. As you can see, had to stop a few times there, but yeah. Who's noticed a new rack? What do you think? Picked this up off a really nice chap off Facebook Marketplace. Had a beautiful 960 and he has a Volvo 240 as well in France. Absolutely, like, just fits this car perfectly. I'm absolutely buzzing with it. It's not perfect, but I'm really happy with it. But look at this, how well does it suit the car? I mean, look at the contrast in the rust. Lovely. But yeah, I'm sure you agree that just looks cool. I had dreams of finding one of these and then it popped up relatively local to me. All I've got to do is just make a new slat of wood for the centre there. Yeah, how good does it look? Almost sun damaged paint. Wagons. Right, more washing. So as I don't abide by the 2 bucket rule, I'm using dishwasher cleaner. How many detailers have left this channel now? I'm sorry, but this is the best we can do. So we're just going to crack on. It gets the green algae off, and then we can see what we can work with. So I am sorry to all the detailers out there. Well, I'm not, but you know what I mean. Just gotta get it clean, haven't we? Look at it. Thing is though, look, you can wipe it, when the sun dries it, it goes flat again. So we're going to have to work on that, aren't we? Yeah. Just about getting the algae off. We're not winning any show and shines, are we? As you can see, this has made absolutely no difference, but we've got a package. So this actually arrived a few weeks ago, well actually about a month ago, and this is from, can you guess it? DREMEL machine. So he sent me a load of stickers, so I obviously have to fit one to the car, but the elusive pulley that we needed, this one without a crack, we have. And what he's done is he sent me all the hardware, all the pulleys, so we've got a whole spare set. Honestly buddy, I can't thank you enough for doing this. It's massively saved us. Once we get onto the engine side of things, we can crack on with it and get going, but that's the last of the parts that we've needed. Yeah, so I think we've got everything now. We just need to get the car together. While we're on the subject of DREMEL machines, why don't you go check his channel out for a proper car washing video, because this obviously isn't one. This is just throwing a bucket over a car and hoping it looks a bit better. Thanks Dean, thanks very much. Go subscribe to him. I'll put the link to his channel in the description. Yeah, Volvo content. It's awesome. That's all you need. Right. Do it with polishing, I don't know. We're going to get on the interior. We've got a wet vac, so we're going to try and get the interior a bit cleaner as well, so that might be the next point of call. Yeah, let's do that. So, can you polish a turd? What are we going to do? What are we going to do with these crispy bits? A sneak peek. I might have had a bit of a practice. I should have done it on a discrete panel, but I thought, bugger it. What do we think? Look how much shine it's got. So there is rust on this car. Come on, we're not going to go turning around saying it. But look, I have basically done the top of that wing and this part of the bonnet up to that line. Look at that. So what I've done is I've just feathered out the rusty bits. In proper patina, look, and it kind of burns through how it should be. Got to try and make it look like it's been like that. Because, let's face it, to paint this car, unless we win the £10 paint job from Whiteland Restoration, go check that out. Yeah, we're gonna have to just rock what we got. It's the original one, isn't it? So everyone says. Nah, I'll be fine. Right, let's keep going. So I'll show you how to do this. So here we go. Gone a little bit further now. So this whole wing, look at the shine. Obviously this damage was where it clipped a Land Rover, a Range Rover. There's a badge. Watch a previous episode. There's a badge that was in the car. That's where it clipped that, so we're gonna have to leave that. That's part of its history. But basically, that is the whole wing, top and quarter of the bonnet done. And you can see a massive difference. Look how flat that is compared to that. A real shine to it, this paint. If it's not perfect, it is quite flat in places still. Camera's making it look awesome. You can kind of see they're a bit hazy, but there isn't a lot. Well, there's a lot of paint still on it, to be fair, but you can see where it's already burnt through naturally. And all I've done is feather it. How have I done this? I am polishing a car with a Dremel. Watch this. So, small attachment on a Dremel, and all I'm doing is feathering out the crusty bits. Then I'm using a 600 Merca disc to feather it out, then running over it with the polisher to get what I think actually looks quite natural and burnt look to it. It's better than that. I mean, you touch this car and you just end up cutting yourself because it's all jagged and horrible. Now look, it's lovely. Look at that. It's like it should have been like that. So switch off now if you want. This won't be for everyone, I will appreciate that, but this is how we're going to go with the car. So today I want to try and achieve as much of the car, but please do bear in mind I'm not going to be filming a lot of it because this area here is taking well over an hour just to do this. So I'm going to work my way across the rest of the bonnet. We're going to ignore the scuttle because the windscreen's coming out. May or may not need to replace this or do whatever with this, but we'll address this at a later date because obviously there's a hole that side. So we're leaving the scuttle, but we can get all of this done, all of this done. All this panel I think is going to look beautiful done because it's actually this side of the car is actually quite good, to be fair. And then we're going to try and feather out around the lights. The boot lid, I am on the fence. I might leave the boot because we did get a boot lid in the same colour with the car, and this boot is quite rough. Or we can try and repair what we've got and keep its original boot lid and run with it because I do quite like the faded sticker and all the little bits that are on this car. So I don't know yet. I might save the boot lid for whenever I get the chance to actually paint the car and make it look lovely. Here again, we're just going to get a DA, just feather this out. This is primer that's come through, it's burst through at the back, and you can see the natural kind of sun damage on the car. I mean, it looks like it's been in America. It does. The roof I'm going to leave as well because obviously we do need to weld that bit of the roof, but you can kind of see we can't leave it like this, so we're going to have to do something with it. I can't wait to read these comments. Just leave it a bloody alone, why are you bothering? I'm bothering because this is a Volvo. It's quite rare, it's amazing, and I love it. So if I didn't bother, you wouldn't have content. It's one of them, innit? So here we go. Let's keep going. Maybe do some time lapsing. Look how cool it looks on the rims. Look at it. Right, let's keep going. This is going to take ages. These. Sorry. Someone called me the Patina King, but you know, other than that, it's Simpsons Classics. Look at that. What we are doing here is making the best of a bad situation. Now I quite like Patina cars, and I appreciate some of you don't. Like my Clubman Estate, I love how it looks. I think it tells a story. Every panel's had a bit of a life. If you get a bit of history of the car, like my Clubman Estate, I put a picture up here, go check out that playlist. It's been vandalised and stuff like that. It tells a story. If that car was shiny white, I wouldn't enjoy it half as much. Just another white Clubman, isn't it? It just doesn't, just another restored Mini. But for me, I quite like this. I'm trying to make it look like it's naturally been done, because obviously the blistering's naturally been done, but you can't drive it around like that. It's, at least with this, I can put a coating over it, protect it, and you can actually wash the car, wipe the car, and not actually catch your hands and rip your hands to bits. So as you can see, I've gone over it with that Dremel, and I've feathered it out as much as I can. Then I've kind of joined some of the bits and pieces together, just so it looks like it's weathered like that. Same on there. So where it's actually on that line, I've tried to weather it so it looks like that. Now I'll go over it with a 600 disc just by hand. I know I've got a few more to do, but I thought I'd just show you for the camera. And then we'll feather that all out, and then we'll just mop and polish the whole bonnet. And hopefully we can end up with something that looks kind of cool like that. So let's get to it. I'll bring you back in a bit. I apologise for the wind noise, but check this out. I'm sorry, but that looks absolutely epic. Look at the shine of that original paint. Look at that. This is what I mean, just working with what you've got. It just looks cool. It is my vision. Cool wheels, patina, we're getting there. I can't wait to sort the scuttle out, get the screen out, sort that out, paint that red and blend that as well. Oh, I'm so excited. But you can't really see, I've just gone onto the door a bit there. You can just see how flat the rest of it is. But it'll come back, and I'm going to get some wax on this today, so hopefully it won't fade. Look at that. So what do we all think? That is the polishing as much as I want to do now done. Scuttle, roof and boot I haven't done. Roof need to repair that side, and obviously all the rest of the feathering out I've done. Scuttle needs the windscreen out and a repair, but we need to get it in the shop for that. And to do that, I'd like to drive it in the shop because I can't push this. Like I mentioned previously at the beginning of this video, I'm struggling with my back, so this is taking me literally a day, like a proper day to get this far. So the next task is I want to get the wet vac out and go over the interior, get all the glass clean, fit a few stickers because that's fun. Yeah, and then we can go from there. Apologise to the tractor in the background. Yeah, let's take a good look. So like I say, I've gone over the whole thing with a Dremel just to feather out it, so you can now, like, you can run your hand over it and it's lovely. Feels really lovely and smooth, the car, and it's got a real nice look to it. I appreciate it isn't for everyone. The door's quite battered on this thing, but it is the most used bit. It's the most clanged around little part of the car because obviously it's the driver's door. But you can just kind of see the difference in the shine compared to what's on the roof. It's so flat and horrible. Obviously I'm gonna have to feather out this. I think I'm gonna end up painting most of the roof, which isn't a bad thing because we've got a roof rack to cover up my poor paint. But yeah, I'm quite happy with it. And look at the lovely lines on it. Again, I feathered this out, so this kind of looks nice, and it's kind of blends with the patina and stuff that was there. I don't know if that's grey primer, if it's had a repair here. This quarter does look like it has been painted, because it's had a bit of, it hasn't had an arch, I don't think. There's no signs to it on the inside, but it's had a bit of repair because you can see the different colour of the red. Cleaned all in here, and then what I've done is just like worn through that a bit so it looks, I'm trying to make it look like it should be like that, so it blends a bit better. Boot lid, I'd like to keep this boot lid like I mentioned. It is quite tatty, like underneath here it is rough. I haven't made a decision what I'm doing yet. I have got a boot lid I can use. and we can fix the wiring fault that's in there, so we'll go with that. But you can see kind of how it's paired with the car, and that's why I don't really want to lose this boot lid if I don't have to. If I can repair it, I will, and keep my one in the bank ready for a later date. If I have the car painted, I'll put the better boot lid back on it. But down here, this side is the much better side, and you can just see just how nice it is. I mean, there's a dink in that door there, you can just pick it up now, it's so shiny. Kinda. Yeah, it's come out really, really nice. I'm quite happy with it for what it is. Quite like this, probably the only bit of filler I found in the car. There's obviously a little dink under there somewhere, but it looks lovely. I'm quite happy with it. So like mentioned, this isn't going to be for everyone. Please drop in the comments what you think. I like it, and that's kind of what matters at the end of the day. But we've got a lot of work to do. Like I say, I'm struggling a little bit at the moment to get the work done. We've missed the deadline. The next deadline I can maybe try and aim for is Rustival towards the end of September. We've got all the bits here now. One thing I have just actually ordered is a master cylinder, because we've got all the braking stuff, we've got everything to replace it all, and I didn't buy a master cylinder, and I just think it's going to be not worth the risk in my eyes. So that's on order as well. But yeah, we can really get delving in. Next point of call is brakes, and then get the engine running again. That's it. Get in there. Then I can get the welding done. Oh yeah, the welding. I love her. She's great. So we are on with the interior now. I've got the wet vac, I've got the hoover, I've got a drill with a little brush and everything on it, so we're going to do the best we can. So you've seen I've just started on the seat there. Look how different that is for a start. Completely different. But I wanted to show you this. That's why I've stopped. I was quite shocked because I've hoovered this car out prior, like I mentioned I think in a previous video. I've given it a quick hoover out to get basically the poo out of the car because of a rat poo in it. But I'm using this, and look. Look at all the hair it's dragging out. Ugh. That dust, that really isn't showing very well on camera. I've hoovered this car. How minging's that? And this is what I've been fighting. Bloody British summer. So, what I found has been working. Wet vac's not really touching it. It's not, I don't know if it's a very good wet vac or not, I'm not sure. But this, with some spray, is releasing enough of all the dust and dirt out of it, running over a hoover, and it's actually getting it out really nice. So I actually feel like I want to sit in this seat now. It's quite nice. So I've just quickly ran back into the unit, and I've got some interior cleaner and a cloth, some rubber care and stuff, and I'm just going to start on the dashboard. Why not? Might as well, won't I? Right, so I'll sit you guys over there, and I'll crack on. I'm going to use one of these brushes on the dashboard. Oh yeah, right, let's get some of that involved. Yeah, this is working. Oh, she looks lovely. Did you know that the 240 Volvo has a mirror? Mrs. S will want to use this soon. She's not that keen on the car. We need to win her over. Oh, it just smells nicer in here using some cleaners, I won't lie. It smells a lot nicer. Oh yeah. Obviously dashboard wise I'm not going to go mad because we're going to have the windscreen out. It's probably going to cause a lot of mess. A lot of detritus is going to come out from there. Oh, this is minging. This is pretty dirty though. I mean, I won't lie, this is not nice, but it's working. This is awesome. We need some Milwaukee on the dashboard with a brush and some cleaner. Oh, how nice is that? Yeah, come and check this out, guys. Look at that. I mean, it always looks quite clean on the camera, but look close enough, bits I've not touched, that's what it looks like. And that's what it can look like. Yeah, this is what I was saying about a mirror. Did anyone know? Mine has got a little stain on it there, admittedly. I've also got this. That was there when I found the car, so look at that. Fancy. That's that badge I was talking about earlier. From the victim. Right, I'm going to crack on with the interior, I think. Might as well. Oh, it's steaming up in here now. And it stopped. This is what you fight. Look how dirty that is though. That is minging, isn't it? Let's get on with that. So I've kind of done this corner of the car. One thing I will just sling that over there. One thing I will say is just how hard these are to clean. I mean, these were properly black. They still needed a good going over, but at least the door rubbers are semi the right colour. But you can kind of see just how vibrant that is now. I've had this pocket off. It's really easy to get off. There's plastic screws there, and it just lifts out basically. But yeah, it's all. There's a stain there. It's almost like a paint pen. It's a red paint pen. So that's actually paint. But yeah, it's absolutely mint in there now. Lovely and clean. But if you see the difference to what like, yeah, that's not nice. So we'll get doing the same in here, I think. But right, let's crack it on. So the rain's come again, so I'm back inside, but we've got one very, very clean Volvo. You would not think this was left since 2005 in a lean-to. So I'm just going to do the last bit now. Yeah, it's all going to dribble over me, whatever. Oh yeah, what a lovely machine. She wants to be on the road. She wants to be on the road. Look how nice that looks. Oh yeah. She's getting there. So, because it's absolutely chucking it down again, look at the difference on the doors. I mean, they're not perfect. This colour does not wear at all very well. And the car is knocking on 50 years old. The biggest issue I've had is getting these door rubbers clean. They've taken me like an hour on each door to get nice, and they're still not perfect. Seat-wise, we're going to go back over these, I think. But they've come up nice. Headliners come up nice. What do you all think? Look at it. It's like a real car now. So there's obviously a few bits that I've not kind of gone mad with. The top of the dash here, it's actually metal, this bit. when I have the windscreen out, I'm going to mask off the car. I'm going to paint that, and I'll paint it satin black again. I think that'll look a lot nicer. So I'm not going mad with stuff like that, because I've got to take all these pillars out and everything to get out of here. But I always wanted it to be a nicer place to be while we get the car running again, because there's getting under there, finding relays, and it does, well, I have to say it smells nicer now, but it did smell quite a bit. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you stuck along to the end. So what have we achieved? We've got a car that's, for number one, been washed. Number two, I've created the look that I wanted from the car. Not finished, like I say, because we need to get it inside and do the welding, but the roof and the scuttle will suit and match everything else as well. We've got all our parts. We've got that master cylinder on order that I've mentioned, and everything is kind of coming together. We've not hit the deadline, but I've told myself that, yeah, it was a very incredibly tight deadline, unless I have no full-time job. I might have met, but I do. I have a life as well, so it was quite hard. That would have been absolutely awesome to have met that deadline. However, I do feel better about the fact that the car's actually been done properly and not just cobbled together and slung down the motorway. That's not what I wanted to do. I was given the option to take it on a trailer and put it there, but it's a Volvo, it should be driven, it shouldn't be on a trailer. So I don't see the point in that in my eyes, but we're getting there. We really are getting there. I mean, I can sit in here comfortably now. I feel like I can drive. Yeah. I'm really happy how it's coming together. Please drop in the comments, guys, if there's something you want to see on this car. It's not been a how-to wash video, it's not been any of this, but I've created patina and we've got a nicer place to be. I cannot wait to drive this car, and I thank you all for supporting this build. If you want to look around at other Volvos, I've got my Amazon, my 940 I used to have. Jackman's got 2 projects on the go, so go and check them out if you're here for your Volvos. Catch you soon. Remember to subscribe. Love you all. Bye-bye.